Hi, I'm live. I'm live. I haven't got my light that I normally have on, but there's light from the window, so hopefully it's just as good, or it's efficiently lighting me. But yeah, it's just a spontaneous going live, so yeah. Just get myself comfortable. A little blanket. So I haven't got a title for this stream. I'm just speaking and seeing what happens, really. And I can't promise to always do it at this time, but it's just, yeah, it's 10:15. So this is a live stream. If you're watching live or if you're watching after it's live, then this is a live stream, a talk about non-duality. So I'm very happy to be doing this and happy to be expressing this. I'm happy that you're listening and enjoying it. So what is non-duality? I feel like doing this, like, because what you think non-duality is isn't what it is. So it's quite funny. What you imagine non-duality to be isn't what it is. So what's being expressed here is the unexpressible, really, the total unexpressible, but it's also being expressed. So it's impossible to express it, but actually at the same time it's being expressed. So what is being talked about, and there's using of words and concepts and language and ideas, that isn't it. So they're just concepts and ideas and communication and language. So this isn't it. But at the same time, which is paradoxical and unimaginable to the mind, at the same time is that those ideas, these words, this communication is also it. So it's not it, but it also is it. And this is what's beautiful about non-duality, and also what's frustrating about it to the mind, is that it can't be captured. It can't be captured in anything as anything. So that's frustrating, but also beautiful and wow, magical and mystical and amazing. Just amazing. Shoo, shoo. There's a gnat flying around my house at the moment. There's 2 or 3. Yeah, that's so amazing. The impossibility of it, and yet the actuality of it. It's here, it's this, what's happening. It is these words. Excuse me. So it's not really a spiritual teaching. It's not really a practice. It's not really an activity. So normally the mind is looking for something, looking for an activity, looking for a practice, looking for a mantra, looking for a belief, a concept it can chew on and go over and work on, get its teeth into. And so it will apply that same behavior, of course, to any subject it comes across. So in hearing this being spoken, it will then take this and chew on it and try to make it into something, try to pull it apart, understand it bit by bit, try to conceptualize it, try to compare it and put it into a framework or a box, and compare itself to it and all of that. But that's not what is being spoken about. So that might happen, but that's not what is being spoken about. So this speaking isn't for the mind, or isn't for a person, or isn't for an idea. It isn't something you can practice and apply and believe in or agree with. Hi. It's not anything. It's not anything, and yet it's right here. It's right here. The simplicity of this. Without meaning, without direction, without a platform of belief, or religion, or stories. It doesn't need any of that. All those things appear. All those things are a part of this expression of life happening. All these seeming movements are a part of this. But this doesn't inherently need any of that. This is prior to anything. It has to be. Because things are forms. Things seem to appear and disappear. They're moving. And so this must be prior to that movement, prior to any appearance and disappearance. It's just silently right here. Silently expressing as all things, as sound, as movement. And this isn't something that's very complicated. It isn't like it's far out. You have to like understand and learn so much to reach it. It's right here, uncomplicated. The problem with humans is that our brains have grown so much. It isn't a problem, but it's like the problem in terms of like the simplicity of this, what's being spoken about. We've been trained to believe that thoughts are our tool, thoughts are our brain, our thinking brain is the ultimate tool that we have, that the brain and thinking and thoughts are prime memory, that things can't be without thoughts. You think thoughts are the reality. Thoughts make up reality. And so in that, these non-duality words, non-duality thoughts are spoken or expressed in that dream of thoughts, of language. And they're pointing to something beyond itself, pointing to something outside of the thoughts, outside of these words. But because thoughts are so important to us and so real to us, we hold these non-duality thoughts and speaking as reality, and they're not. They're not reality. They're merely tools to point beyond them. But this is the illusion of identification with thinking, with thoughts. This is the dream, that thoughts and language is true. That thoughts and language is where we're going to find truth and reality. We're going to find who we are in thoughts and language. That's totally not true. That's totally not true. That's a fiction. A total fiction. Reality is only here, can only be here. It can't be in stories and thoughts. It's here. So these are just words to describe that, to point that out. To point out that this is it. This is it. What you long for, or what is longed for, is here, is this life happening, this emptiness happening, this love happening. Just simply this. Just simply this. And this isn't being spoken to that illusion of someone, that illusion that someone is here, someone is listening, someone can do. It's actually a person. It's just being spoken, and there can be a resonance with it. There can be a mental grasping of it, which is one thing, but there can also be a resonance with it beyond that, beyond the mind, beyond the thinking, beyond the intellect. And that can't be objectified, it can't be held on to. It's just a resonance of this. But that resonance isn't something that the person can pick up and say, I have it, I've got it. It's not something. And who is that person to pick anything up? And to own this, attempt to own this. That's the illusion. That's the suffering illusion. That there is an actual somebody. This is all that is longed for. It's not complicated. Only the mind's complicated. Hi, Paul. Okay, so thank you for joining the live stream. Yeah, it was lovely. So have a great day, evening, night, sleep. I don't know. Okay, lots of love. Bye.